I'm trying
So
to quickly move through the hangar and just start moving to the opposite end of this freaking ship. Whatever way I think is going to be the quickest way.
Okay.
Get the bodies out of the hall and just hold up there.
Okay, so by this point, I would assume I've already hidden the body and gone back.
They're going to be more concerned with what I've done. Because there's a lot more evidence of it.
I'm just going to ask her, be like, do you have a comm to contact your dad, or do we need to send, or how, you know?
We need to get your dad in here.
She says.
Do you have a comm?
You could, like, she does not, or at least her dad doesn't right now. Like, the guards would have comms if you wanted to call the other guards that are with him. You roll me a...
Just wait on Apex.
What difficulty?
Haas, grab the comm
Since
to
you're
try
not
to
in
convince
the,
the guards
Two success, two
to
advantage.
bring the
Okay,
dad.
you sort of duck into a side hallway at just the right time to see a medical team, actually, because that seems to be primarily what they called for before you brained a couple people. Rushing down.
I load my fist.
Rushing.
Slow down, Doc. You're not
There's
Steven
like
anymore.
there's like two of them rushing. You're like I probably know where those guys are going, unless some other incident has occurred around here that I didn't cause.
Oh no. Don't worry, you're not. There's nothing to save there, boys. Just move on.
As you, but you, like, they don't pay any attention to you. You're able to just keep moving past them. I mean, it will take some time for you to get up there. So, what are you guys doing? Are you just waiting? Are you putting phase 2 into action? Try and call the father up here. Try and seduce him instead. Shoot! Hey, Dad, it doesn't go right. Shoot both of his guards. Take him hostage too.
I'm gonna try to get more information. Maybe I'm gonna do a hard good cop shift. And I'm gonna be like, oh, sorry we had to do this. This doesn't reflect anything on me or my career as a Smash Ball player. You just need that gem.
Corner, put like my head in my hands, like he's really doing it.
We just need the gem.
Do you want to tell her your name and career one more time before we finish robbing her, man?
Oh shit! No, my name and career. Okay.
Your reputation.
If anybody doesn't,
tarnished.
If anybody doesn't or will never know my name and career, it's this family apparently.
They will remember you now. Don't know who I am, do you?
Who was that
I'll
man?
show them.
Who was that man who robbed us?
Was it
Squash
Ross? Bocce ball player?
He played bocce ball.
I think his name was Ross. Ross Chad.
I'm pretty sure.
Ross
I'm pretty sure it was a Rhodian. No, definitely a Wookiee.
He's tall. Much too tall for a Rhodian.
I'm shifting to good cop.
Okay.
Trying to do more of a negotiation.
Right.
To get
We're in a lot of debt. We don't want to rob you. It's,
get more. Try to see what other information I can get out of her that is relevant.
Okay. Do a hard negotiation. The hard negotiator, we call him.
He's
You just wait till the dad gets in here, then you'll see.
This is what
Tabletop dreams or nightmares are made of.
right?
Yeah, hardest 3.
One success, 2 threats.
Okay. I mean, every one of the rooms, like the suites come with a safe, like each one has one, which is why only like the ship administrator and the person in that suite get an access code to it if they want one. Like any like
It's literally a
like,
hotel
yeah,
safe.
Yes. But like extremely high tier.
Very high-end hotel.
Because the hotel has armed guards patrolling some of the hallways.
Can I put my ear up to the safe and then type in numbers to see if I hear the clicks?
Dang it!
I would have had it.
Almost.
Oh, it's so close.
Should have paid more attention.
It's like Fallout. It's like Fallout. You just try to guess the correct word and you get 4 chances.
And then you do spend 3 chances back out and restart, so that you don't lock yourself out of the
Yeah,
computer.
that's exactly what I do.
And then you end up
Until he gets
spending
here.
30 minutes to try and open a thing that if you just did it the actual way you're supposed to, you would do in.
And then you realize it unlocks the door that only required like a fairly moderate lockpicking skill, and you have maximized lockpicking. So you're like, why the fuck didn't I just? It's like, why did I just go through the door? Or you did already go in through the door, but you access the safe, and your options are or the console, and your options are like a log and unlock the door. You're like, damn it! I already did that.
That's
She doesn't know what'll happen if you put the code in wrong, or if you like try and break in and fail.
Does your dad have any favorites in the family? Who's the favorite?
Anybody else we
Who's
can
the
take
favorite
custody.
child?
She seems fairly indifferent to the idea of you guys robbing the safe. Like it's kind of like look, I don't really care. She seems not moody, but like she just wants to be left alone, I guess. It's like
Her parents don't understand.
yeah.
She's very angsty.
This is how she's spending her evening now, is being held hostage by two idiots trying to get into her father's safe.
Okay.
Correction. 1 idiot and then a murderer.
One idiot, one psychopath.
That's much better, Jerry.
He's not a murderer, he's a psychopath. Or no, he's not an idiot, he's a psychopath.
Is the safe mounted to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I was
It is
like,
like-
oh, come on. I'm like, it
I'll
almost
meet
be
you
time.
halfway.
It almost might be time to try to take it out and take it to the ship.
Yes, it is. It is like mounted into the like the
Drywall?
Have you guys seen Red? When they break into the CIA headquarters and they're trying to get into the archives room, this is the most secure door maybe in the world. The code is changed twice a day. There's no way. It's like impossible to pick or hack. And he just punches through the drywall and unlocks the door from the other side.
I guess we just wait for Apex.
That brief side story here, that reminds me of my cousin who moved to town here pretty recently and is like a giant tech nerd and is like turned his entire house into a smart house with a bunch of smart appliances and stuff. And one of the things is he has like these fancy locks he's installed on all of his doors. Like each lock is like $150, $200, and they're like coded and like if like he's close enough, he just like auto opens and stuff. But he installed it on a door that has a giant glass window in the middle of it, and my uncle made fun of him a bunch.
Well, that was not Erickson getting called into work, thank God.
Yeah.
That happened earlier today when I was over here as well, when we were trying to get some work done for the channel. I was just like, his phone went off, and he was just like, "Oh, it's my girlfriend."
Oh, thank God.
I don't know, man.
I think we just gotta wait.
I say at this point we just wait, like, you know.
Okay.
We'll try and see if we can get the
look
dad
at us.
involved if Apex can't do anything.
I look at Haas and I'm just like, just put the girl in one of the rooms and just let her sit there.
Keep
You
your
don't
eyes
need to
on
be
her.
here.
Don't let her out of your sight.
No, we gotta keep
Ignore
her.
it, but don't let her out of your sight.
Ignore
We gotta
it.
keep her
No
around.
worries.
'Cause she may be our best way of getting out of here.
I'm
not saying we leave her. I'm just
That's a
saying
conversation for when I get there.
Okay.
I'm not saying
It's just
let
gonna
her,
be
you know, I'm not
walking
saying
out.
let her go,
It's me
Haas,
and
I'm
this
just-
girl and my entourage.
It feels like for both of you, both for you, like every security officer you see is just like, oh God, like I've been found out, and then they're just like on duty, and then you just like skate by into the cabins. And for you guys, it seems to take forever for Apex to work his way through the entirety of this ship, to get to get to the suites where you guys are.
So I eventually get there.
I feel like while we're waiting,
you guys are like,
it'd just be hilarious if while
we're just sitting there arguing about how we got into this situation.
Then you hear a
What to do with the girl.
clunk, clunk, clunk on the door outside.
Like, hey.
Who is it?
And you hear in your head, open up.
Who is it?
Who is it? Who is it?
The most suspicious thing to say if it was a family member.
You,
knocking on the door.
as Eddie Murphy, as that dude from that SNL skit. As I knock him, who is it?
Yeah, we
Squad
open the
is
door
right.
then, I guess.
I open the door and let Apex in.
I'm going to walk in and be like, so, how'd it go getting it in with the rich family?
There's obviously
There's one of them here.
I look over her, I look at the two corpses on the floor and be like, I can't say my little escapade went much better. There's 3 dead bodies where I just came from. By the way, those ones have definitely been found out, so there's trouble. So we need to get into this safe, huh?
Yes.
Alright, let's see what I can do. Pull out my little cord, stick it in, and I'm gonna try and hack this.
It will be a
Hard?
daunting computer check.
I'm suffering strain to make it hard instead.
Okay.
I'm straining to make it hard.
You guys do have 1 destiny point.
Yeah, we may want to use that. I don't know.
We though?
We may need that. We may need that to
roll
get
for
out.
destiny points each session.
Yeah, each session will re-roll for destiny points. So sometimes you guys will have more, sometimes you guys will have
Will
less.
just has so much to use against us, and I'm already decent at this.
We may.
Do you guys think it's worth using it here just to make sure we get this open? Hopefully.
We have maybe an option if you can't get it open still. However, if we save it for when we have to leave.
Listen. And I'm gonna say this. Pretty much we're already found out. Regardless of how you think of this, we're found out. So best to save it for if we get into a fight and we need.
I rolled.
It.
I rolled without using it. It's a success and an advantage.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I plug it in, and then I'm kind of working on the pad there, and you can see like kind of processing through the cord and stuff, and then I'm just gonna.
It is not easy.
This is my safe.
And it's obvious, like, as you're working on it, you're like, if I fuck this up, it's gonna send out an alarm, and we'll have private security and, like, ship security coming this way.
Down right away.
But you manage to open the... safe.
Okay.
Inside is a relatively expensive jewelry collection, including a rather large green and pretty ornate green chips.
I mean, we take it all.
Yeah, we definitely take it all.
We'll give him the gym, but we're taking everything. We'll shovel it all into our pockets.
Okay.
Here, let's give a ring to the girl so this way it looks legit when we're walking away.
What the? No, keep the ring. We're keeping all the jewelry. We don't need to give her anything. Here's the question, gents. I haven't spent much time with this fine young lady here. Do we need to kill her now, or she's seen all of us, although the security footage might do some tricks in helping that out as well. I'm going to just kind of turn and look at her and flatly ask, like, are you going to be doing anything to help them track us down, or can we leave you be?
She doesn't really... She doesn't, like... She assumes you're still going to be on this ship when you land. So, like... She, like... As amusing as this is, she doesn't expect that you guys are going to make it to wherever it is you're going. So she doesn't necessarily... She would prefer not to die. She doesn't necessarily think it, like... She doesn't think you leaving her alive or killing her makes any difference in your guys' chance of escape or survival.
Fair enough.
We need her to get out.
I don't. Walking with her will just draw more
we
attention
don't need
to
a
us.
hostage.
I don't think we need her to get out of here.
It's gonna draw more attention because she's she's part of a big family that's on the ship here.
Right.
Just leave her.
Well, I guess
She
we're still
Jeremy
not
thinks
like
we're gonna fuck this up more
necessarily.
than we already have, so let's just go.
We're not necessarily wanted specifically, are we?
No,
Yes.
not yet. Not that we know of, at least. I'm going to draw out my pistol, aim it at her, and then set to stun and stun her with the gun. That way she can't raise an alarm while we're running. But it's probably horrifying at first as you guys see me just like kind of nod and agree, reach in, pull a gun, and aim it at her. But then I'm just gonna give her the stun, and then I'm pocketing it back.
As surprising as you think it would be, I just look at it and be like, all right, I just murdered 2 dudes.
But murdering an innocent like young lady, she didn't even shoot at us.
I guess we'll leave.
That's just
And Haas is just like, well, Haas just seems sad because he just wanted to have like some pretty young girl attached to his arm, so he could be like,
I know, it was supposed to help my image, damn it.
You didn't need that because you thought we needed it to get out of there. You're trying to repair your shattered ego because no one knows who you are.
I was gonna walk through that lounge and everyone was gonna be like, Haas.
Yeah! It's me! Haas Redwood! Yeah!
Freaking Haas.
alright, let's go. Let's hurry up and go to the
Oh, big Haas.
Okay. You guys can make it down to the hangar bay, where the doors are closed, and there seems to be at least a decent number of security swarming around the place, as well as like medics. Not that they're going to do any good. They seem to have the control room at least somewhat locked down. They seem to be trying to keep people back from it because it is now a crime scene. Stuff like that.
I think we want to try and get aboard the shuttle and hide out there for a little bit of time and see if this can cool down.
Okay.
Sure.
I mean, I guess we could.
We could
just go for the. I mean, there is another option, which is the let's get into that control room, whether they like it or not. Open the door and fly out of here. But how many security do we see at the moment in the immediate vicinity? I'll go the violent option every time.
There definitely seem to be more kind of scattered around the hangar.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they're kind of like talking to people or like moving about or just sort of trying to make it clear that they're like establishing a presence. There definitely seem to be at least 2 outside the door.
Okay.
And there seem to be a couple more inside with the.
How many of those are medical personnel?
But there are medical personnel as well as the 2 guards inside.
Okay.
There's probably 4 medical personnel inside, probably a couple more guards, one of whom seems to be a relatively senior, like security officer. And so there's 4 guards, one of whom's a security officer, and 3 medics inside inside or immediately outside of the hangar control room.
Could walk up with some of our stim packs, say that have some of our own medical supplies we have on hand.
Hey, you think a stim pack will help that guy? Turns around, looks at a guy dead face
He's
down
with a wrench sticking out of the back of his head.
No, I don't think so.
He needs some milk.
I mean, do we want to try and wait for it to cool down a little bit and then go up there, or?
I say we do that, or we do the classic. I'll try to talk and distract while you guys.
Are we gaffy whacking him?
the non-gaffy whack.
I think that's just. Is that just a patty whack?
It's just a whack.
It's just a whack. It's just whack.
I don't know.
It's probably smarder to just hang out.
To just hang. I think lay low on the shuttle for a moment and then.
Roll me you're the computers expert. Do me a computers check. The average computers check.
Roll me a check,
1 success.
Mr.
Okay. As much as I want to watch you guys just get jumped by a bunch of guards, sooner or later they will probably scrub through the call security tapes, and then they could just watch you go
run
forward
to the ship.
and link up with other people and then come back and get on board.
So anyway, we start blasting. Do we try and... I think we gaffy whack them.
I guess we gotta...
Do you want...
Yeah, we have to.
Do you want a gun, or do you just... You're just gonna like...
He has a gun.
I have one. I
He
picked
has
one
a
up from
gun.
the guard.
Okay.
Yeah, I suppose I'll just walk up and be like, "What's going on?"
Okay, the
happened
guards
here?
do very much the curious visitor. We're guards on duty, hold it, sir. Security's handling the situation. There's been an incident.
I'm stalking around the outside of ships, trying to get a good vantage on them as this conversation is happening.
Same here. Just so this way we both.
They don't seem to be regarding you as a threat. They seem to be regarding you as
This is fascinating.
some curious rich asshole is just
What's going on over here?
Yeah.
Well,
What's this?
I start to say, "Well, I need to know. I need to be safe."
Oh God, he's a Karen, Chad.
The worst kind.
The Karen Chad.
Crossbreeding.
Oh dear God.
I basically I throw a fit about
Okay.
the safety concerns on this ship.
There isn't really a
Is there a Karen, Chad?
Well, no, there isn't really a Is there a performance? There isn't.
There isn't. Maybe just a presence?
Would it be a charm?
No.
Maybe a charm. Yeah, charm. I would say charm makes the most sense there.
Charm. Out of any of the skills, that'll probably make the most sense.
That's the closest to performance. What difficulty?
Wait.
Yours should be 2 green, 1 yellow for a charm.
Do an average. I guess it depends on how many people you're trying to distract here.
How many here are in the
'Cause there's,
general vicinity of our ship?
Well, there's no. You guys
Or-
know
We're trying to get
There's
the
two.
control.
There's two outside the
to
control
open the
room.
door.
There's 2 guards outside the control room. There's 2 more inside the control room with 3 medical personnel.
I mean,
I would say distract the 2, because then Apex and I can stun them. And then
Well, I'd say try and distract as many of them as you can.
yeah.
If you can pull all of them down and out to deal with you making a scene, and we can sneak past the medical personnel,
that
we
could
can
work,
just
yeah.
ignore.
It's loud enough for everybody to.
Okay. It'll be hard if you're trying to get that many people to.
Okay.
You got this.
One success.
The dice are coming back around. He's down, but he ain't out. This hot guy.
You definitely managed to get. You definitely managed to get attention. This sort of senior security officer, since this is his job more or less, does seem to come out and be very just doing the It's like yeah, sir. Security has this issue under control. Giving you the sort of classic we don't know what's going on here, but I'm telling you everything's okay.
Can I try and sneak in behind into the control room?
It probably not, because sneaking is going to be just about impossible, because even if the security personnel have left, the medics are still
I'm
in
not,
the room, and they're looking towards the door.
The medic staff is?
Yeah, because
I'm
they're kind of watching this whole.
I'm not necessarily. I'm trying to get into the room before the guards notice me. I don't really care if the medical staff notices me.
Okay.
Is that doable?
Yes, probably, but I mean, it's if somebody slips past the guards, the medic staff's immediately gonna yell for help.
yeah.
So anyway, we start blasting.
I was gonna say
the idea that you guys just start
Can I
firing,
pull
and
out-
he's just I knew it. It wasn't safe anywhere. He's just fear mongering, causing a riot.
I mean, also we did tell what's her
Yeah,
face get the ship ready to go before we came here. Hopefully, we maybe didn't. Well, it'll be good. It'll be good.
Can I just take 2 shots, or can I duel? Okay, I'm trying to think of how I'm gonna do this.
It's it's the dual wield rules that we went over. So like,
Yeah.
I think we're both dual wielding and trying to shoot these guys.
okay.
I think we just shoot at this point.
I'm gonna take 2 shots at 2. I'm gonna take 2 shots at 2 of the guards that are in front of him.
Okay.
So that's 4 difficulty
No.
or 4 purple die.
No,
What's the
it's
range?
it's just you're essentially just making one ranged attack, but if you get enough advantage, you can spend. Yeah, do two difficulty.
Okay, and I'm gonna aim.
Okay.
Are you guys gonna make this ship and then I'm gonna get stuck
Actually,
again?
I am. I'm gonna aim 2.
Okay. Yeah, so you'll just add a blue to that. So it'll be your shooting skill 2 purple and a blue.
But it's shooting light, so you don't get to unless you have ranks. I don't have any ranks in ranged light, so mine are just
it is
greens.
ranged light. That is true. But yeah,
I
it's
don't
just
have any ranks in it, but I have 3 green because my agility is at 3. So.
Indeed.
3 success.
So
I'll use 2 of them.
2 failures.
I'm
2
shooting 2 guys.
failures, 3
No,
advantages.
you use advantages to.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so so you hit one and kill him.
Okay.
Jerry, you miss, but you can spend those advantages on a couple of different things. You can recover strain.
Can I spend those advantages?
You have to hit in order to hit with the other pistol.
To use advantages.
Yeah. So
You could give both of us a blue on our next check by using all 3. You could each get an extra blue.
Yeah, I'll distribute blue dice to an extra blue dice to all of
Blue
us.
dice for everyone. Initiative for everyone.
Which this is cool for us, right?
Yep.
Good thing I'm not cool.
1 success, 1 advantage.
Okay.
Just 1
These
advantage.
security guards are doing pretty well in their initiative checks.
You're cool, right, Oz?
I'm real cool. 3 successes, 2 advantages.
Okay. So
It goes us guards, the other 2 of us.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first? One of the 2 of us shooting, I assume.
Yeah, well, because I'm assuming the people that are around me are going to turn away.
well, one of them has been shot now.
Well, oh right.
I'll go again.
You go first.
Oh,
Shoot
wow.
him. Shoot him. Shoot
Okay.
her. So if you aim, it'll be It'll be 3 green, 2 blue, 2 purple.
Uh-huh.
If you've aimed and given yourself a bonus blue die.
I'm gonna aim, and I've already given myself a blue die, so 2 success.
Nice.
Okay.
So
you hit
and
one.
I'll shoot with both, but I'll only hit with 1.
Yep. Another one goes down. It is their turn, but there's only 2 of them left. The chief security officer essentially spends his maneuver yelling into a comlink like, "Holy shit, we're being gaffy whacked." I don't know what that means, but it's the phrase that comes to mind. Send help. And he will take a shot at. He'll take a shot at the Nautilus.
Yeah. Now this is pod racing.
Jerry, that is going to hit for 8 damage.
What's your soak?
But then you'll take some soak off the top of that. So
I think you have probably 2
6.
brawn. Right?
6. Okay, you'll take 6.
Yeah. So is that how many wounds?
Yeah, that's just 6 off of your wound threshold. So
Okay.
Your wound threshold is probably like
12
or 13.
unless you did something.
Yeah,
up there.
mine's 12. Mine's 12, so it'll go down
Yep.
to 6.
So you'll go down to 6. And then I guess the other one who's alive will take a shot at you.
Okay. Fair enough.
Might as well split the damage. That is also 8 damage.
Which I'll
and
reduce by
1
2 and take down to 6.
And one threat, which is not.
Which I can spend for something, right? He suffers a strain.
I mean, sort of by minion rules, that
That
means
doesn't
he
really-
would go down.
But we're not going to do
So
that.
we're not going to do that.
That's cheesy. I'm gonna go next because I'm gonna shoot as well.
Oh.
So 3 success, 1 advantage.
Oh yeah, the man you hit is absolutely dead.
Can I say aim for the bossman? The guy.
Yeah.
So I kind of just fire him with both. Let's shoot him, and the 1 additional, I will add a blue to Sklur's next check.
Okay.
Just go.
It is your turn.
It's my turn, and there's just the one dude left.
Yeah. And the medics who seem to be like, holy shit, how do we defend ourselves? We can't, we're medics. They seem to be like mostly just trying to take cover. And obviously the guy called for help, but they're not here yet.
I guess the question
It'll
is,
be a few turns.
what does more damage, my bare hands or a blaster pistol?
Probably a blaster pistol.
Probably a blaster pistol. It'll just be less likely for you to hit with the blaster. But you're going to be up close to him, so it's going to be like 2 green and a purple for you.
And a blue.
And 2 blue, because you can aim and get the blue. No, you have to draw the weapon. Yeah. So it'll be 2 green and a blue versus 1 purple. So pretty decent chance you hit him if you use the blaster.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Especially because, does he get maybe an additional blue? Because this guy's like, the Karen's over here. I'll keep this citizen safe, and then she pulls the gun.
No.
So 1 blue.
Not that he needs
2 greens, 1 purple,
1 blue. Yeah.
Okay.
1 success, 1 advantage. He does.
So anyway, we blazed.
So you essentially you pretty much point blank the security guard. Your guys' total kill count is now up to what, 9?
I've killed 3, and we just killed 4, and you guys killed 2 before. So yeah, 9.
9. 1 of whom was unarmed. And you brained him with
unarmed. He had his hands all over that console. His arms were actively doing something.
There is now the hangar bay seems to be slightly in a panic. Other security guards in the hangar bay seem to be like trying to run this direction. We'll drop you guys out of combat very briefly here.
I'm gonna just like in our like comms say like, Haas, get the ship ready to run. Boxes, cover me. I'm gonna get the door open.
Okay.
Okay.
I do that.
And I'm gonna just like I'll just rush into the like security console.
Sidestepping, cowering medics.
Try to like sidestepping them and be like, no one needs to be a hero. Stay where you're at. And then just like come in, and I'm gonna go to the controls and start opening.
You can be a dead hero or a live guard. Make pick.
Hey, Apex, before you log out of the console, can you just delete all the camera security footage?
I don't think I have that kind of access, do I?
Nope.
Unlikely.
Alright. Well, get the door open and let's get the fuck out of here.
Oh my.
Okay, yeah, it's easy enough to start opening the hangar doors.
Can I make a computer's check to see if I think that if I shot this, it would make it so they couldn't re-close them very easily?
Sure. That's just an average check.
Okay. A success, but 2 threats.
I mean, it couldn't hurt. You don't know. For all you know, it could. But I mean, if the computer wasn't here, they would have a very hard time closing the doors again.
Click open button. Blasted.
I guess I'll just do a random roll to see if the door starts shutting as soon as you do that. It does not. It seems to kind of stutter in opening for a second.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't just immediately start closing again.
Let's move.
Go towards the boat.
By this point, you two, being in the the sort of Treasure Planet Savage Worlds campaign, will be familiar with what I'm about to say. You hear alarms ringing, essentially all over the place now.
Another place we can't go back to.
As you guys run away from a place you can't go back to.
That's the signal.
There's some amount of
I just scream the word signal.
There's some amount of cinematic background blaster fire back and forth as you guys are haul ass, just so that the scene looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
Typical
alarms blaring in the background.
You guys come crashing into a ship that is most of the way through its startup procedure. It appears to be piloted by a Doug, who's kind of yelling like, "Get in, boys! We're getting out of here."
Big getaway driver.
Who seems to be having a great time being shot at.
You know what? Baracko Obako, you all right with me?
James Obando.
James Obando.
James Obando, that's right.
Close enough.
Barack Obando.
Bondo.
That's Barack Obando.
James Obando.
I mean, and the Taz manages a takeoff out through the hangar doors and essentially just punches it from there. This is a passenger liner and is not armed, so you guys don't take any fire. But you do have the impression, that like, well, there's another place we can never go back to.
That's good.
Congratulations on completing the Blue Star job, as I had it written down. Not as
exactly how you expected us to. Exactly how you expected us to go about that.
So, like, Taz will take you guys back to Tatooine.
Okay.
And essentially drop you guys off in the closest port to Lorok's Palace.
Okay.
It's easy enough to recover your bike and
Holocrons are still there.
yeah, in your storage unit.
Yeah, no one's broken into my
They
storage
might
unit
not
and
have been
stolen
if you
shit.
left them with Oddlore.
I didn't expect.
You were smart enough to
not trust that slimy scumbag.
Go ahead, Jerry.
Okay, question. So I don't have. So the damage I took, I don't have any wounds because of my threshold, or.
You took 6 wounds.
You have 6 wounds. So like,
Okay, I'm just
it's it's not like Savage Worlds where you have a like damage has to meet a threshold in order to give you a wound. If you take any damage past your soak, like your wound threshold is like a pool of hit points essentially. So like you're essentially at half health if you're at 6 out of 12. Erickson could do a medicine.
Yeah, let me give you.
Yeah, on the flight.
You're at half or more than half, correct? So it'll be an
I
easy
am
check,
at half.
which is good.
Taz spends pretty much the whole flight back.
I
talking
recover 1 wound.
more
for
or
you.
less very, very fast about how like never thought that was gonna work. Like when she saw you botching the whole thing earlier in the hangar bay, the doors all screwed around. There's like, those guys are fucking dead. It's never.
You haven't been
gonna
hurt
work
yet, right?
out.
So you get just 1 wound back. I had a success for healing yours. I get 2 back because I had a success and 2 advantages for healing one as well.
Just like there's no way, like, you guys are crazy as shit. That was like, can't believe you pulled it off. Like
That was
seeing guards
sloppy.
swarm around. Like there's no like.
That was incredibly.
No way
sloppy.
you guys never thought you guys were gonna just about the whole flight back. Seems to be having a great time. Steering like
clothes.
with her feet and sort of doing grand gestures with her hands, because she's a Doug. And Dougs get a cool thing called omnidexterous, which means they can use any of their limbs like hands.
That's why
in
you
the
do
rules,
like
they're kind of
crazy John Woo one that just like spins around on one hand with 3 guns.
He's cartwheeling with 4 blasters, just like.
Oh, a Doug with a jetpack and 4 blasters. I have my replacement character.
We need air support. We got it.
Just like spinning on a jetpack, just firing
shooting
wildly
everywhere.
all over the place.
And none of our enemies knew what was going on. Heading back out to Oddlore's palace, I assume still in your guys' kind of dress clothes, because you haven't picked up your equipment yet.
No, I'm taking mine off.
Are you just naked then?
No,
So it's like,
Never mind, I just
so it's like, but you guys do have your, once again, you have managed to collect a small arsenal by looting the dead,
Yeah, I do.
or stealing them from live people twice.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
To get out of there. Still with the idea of like, man, we could probably. That was a nice passenger liner. We will never be let back on that.
We'll be lucky if we get
I
the chorus on.
I'm now a public figure that is well known for robbing.
We're pretty damn sure this famous sportsman you all know just took a hostage and robbed a safe on a passenger liner.
9 people are dead. One of them wasn't even an armed guard.
Hey, I only killed one of them.
They don't know that. They know you along with 2 space scumbags.
They know you
committed.
They know
Was it
like,
9 murders?
Yeah.
One of which was brain.
I was kind of worried that if you guys committed 9 murders, it'd be the 9 members of the Vandrin family. You guys managed to avoid killing any of them, so I think that's a bonus.
I think Apex was leaning more on the side of shooting her, but decided that was because he's very this calculating, cold kind of machine, the way he views that kind of stuff. But was just
he's more machine than man. No,
exactly. Which is like, well, she doesn't seem like she actually cares. So there's no point in another dead body. That just increases the sentence when they eventually catch us for our heinous crimes. So might as well have this be a hostage situation, not a murder situation.
I'll listen back to all these recordings and use that to build the list of charges against
There you
go. It'll be very
ever-growing list of charges.
I think it's just great that nobody on that liner knew us.
It's like every like charisma roll like he goes to make and people are like, who the fuck are you?
Come on, Machibal, come on.
I was really excited for that because like it was going to be Haas's like interactions where he was going to shine because like this is the crowd that should know him.
I know,
and they're the only roles like this whole system that he's just like the whole time he's just tanked
every time. This is hilarious and disappointing.
On your
and then
go ahead.
And then my roller getting super stupid with the desperate roll. It's like no, this can't be that lucky. What the fuck?
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm sorry to like make you re-roll that, Jerry, but that was just like it's like there's no way. Come on.
No, I get it because even I looked at it like, what? This should not be possible.
Heading back out to Audlor's Palace, I assume. Once again, it's 3 men on a speeder bike with a sidecar.
We get back into our normal gear before we go to his palace,
and we leave.
Is your guys' normal gear at?
It's in my
like essentially your storage unit.
Okay. Yeah.
And in my backpack.
We leave the other valuables that we.
Yeah, we just bring the green gem.
Okay.
Everything else, we're leaving in the bike.
Okay.
Storing it up.
Yeah. You guys can head out to Audlor's Palace. Pulling up in the sort of hangar, like the sort of hangar bay on the ones, or like the landing bay on one side of his, where like his pleasure barge and stuff are docked. Mm-hmm. It feels very quiet, like oddly quiet around here. Like kind of as soon as like you guys pull up and it's just kind of like, slow day.
Uh-oh.
I don't like this. I'm gonna draw my heavy blast. I'm gonna like have my heavy blaster kind of.
Somebody make a perception.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to be back in your actual gear, isn't it? Where it's just like I'd pull out my heavy blaster rifle because that's what I use.
Do you think I could run a streetwise, or would it probably be more of a perception?
It's probably more of a perception. I mean, streetwise might give you like if there's like streetwise might give you just like sort of some like having so that's some sort of knowledge of like the way criminals act and move and stuff.
I'm gonna do a perception.
Whether or not something's going on here, but
I'll do a streetwise just to see what we find out.
What's the difficulty?
What's going on?
Do a average one.
Failure to advantage.
Failure to advantage.
A failure 3 advantage.
You better not get a failure and 4 advantages. That'd be awful funny.
What are you doing on this?
Just that'll just be an average one as well.
Okay.
So just 2.
2 successes, 3 threats.
3 threats.
There should be people looming around here. There's not.
You guys are like, well, all of the vehicles are still here. All the land vehicles are still here. Obviously, the landing bays, like for actual starships and stuff, are on the other side of the palace. That's kind of all you guys really get is like, it's like, well, the vehicles are here, the speeders are here, the pleasure barge is here. Weird. You are like, you're like, I've been working with criminals just long enough to know something's wrong. Like, there should be like the guy that I always talk to about sports should be over there where he always is.
Yeah.
And he's not. Like,
it's funny. The social guy's like, people aren't here and something's wrong, and I'm like, people aren't here. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Like,
I don't have to talk to
you're like, yeah, it's like
Get out of my way.
something's off with this.
Boys, we may need to come back. I don't know.
It doesn't feel like an ambush, if that makes sense.
It just feels like something's.
But it's like, yeah, it's like, but something's wrong here.
Well, nothing for it. I mean, we owe this guy enough money. Let's go in and see. Hopefully, someone's murdered him for us.
Let's go to the ships. Let's go to the ship.
Let's go see if he's
where he usually is.
Okay, where you guys heading first? You heading into Orog's palace has the sort of actual palace part in the center. Sort of above that is kind of a command center because Orog does a lot of between his smuggling, security operations, and illegal gambling stuff like that. He kind of runs all of that from one sort of command center. And then obviously, if you go through like the palace itself, there's the landing base on the other side.
I think we go to the landing base. I feel like that's where he's at most of the time.
Yeah.
Let's go through the palace to the landing base.
Okay.
Sure.
Just walking through.
Mm-hmm.
Moving through the palace. It's dark and quiet in the like, where is everybody way? Not like there's still power here, but like a lot of stuff has been powered down. And it is completely empty. There's not a person anywhere in like the palace itself as you walk through.
Is there any signs of like combat or anything?
No.
Blaster fire on the walls okay.
But as you guys step out into the first of the two hangar bays, which is the one where the that like little Corellian ship is that Orox was working on, that ship is still there, but there is strong evidence of blaster fire and
it's the Imperial ship gone.
And in the next hangar bay over the Imperial ship that you guys stole for Odd Lord is gone.
Do we see Odd Lord?
Do we see any bodies?
You don't see any bodies.
Let's
like
go up to the
bodies though. Like, do we see dead bodies?
He said
anywhere?
no bodies. Let's go up to the command center just to see if we can. I mean, up there I can probably like patch into security here maybe and get an idea. Of what happened.
As you guys, so you guys like turn around, walk back through the first hangar bay, and then back into the palace itself, and sort of right as you guys are getting back into the palace, this is where your three threats come in. The classic like halt stormtrooper voice comes from ahead as a Imperial stormtrooper steps. It seems like there's probably more behind him, but like one steps out and yells at you guys to halt from like inside the palace. Like he's like kind of right at the palace door.
I mean, do we just steal this other ship and get the hell out of here?
Maybe
I would say so. We steal the ship. We would steal the ship, go back to your locker, pick up all the goods, and get the hell off the planet.
Yeah, I think like all the goods are with us because I think I just put them in the speeder bike.
Yeah.
Well, then we steal the ship.
It's just a really heavily bedazzled seat right now.
That's right. It's a bedazzled inside of a bag sitting in the seat with a bunch of because I didn't bring my mechanics gear with me inside of it.
Well, yeah, but but now your speeder bike is on the other side of the palace.
For now. But I can.
That's true. I always
flex my brain and drive
I always
it
forget that you do have that.
Hey, I'd put myself in a lot of debt to be able to drive that bike without being
Imperial
on it.
stormtrooper steps, or it technically it'd be a sand trooper.
I mean,
because you guys aren't on Tatooine. Okay.
I'm just
gonna take the first shot at him.
Let's do a quick initiative roll.
Okay.
Is this a vigilance or a cool?
Did
he kind of drop them? Because we're starting the fight at least. A success. It's about as good as I can do.
One success, 2 advantages.
Okay. I need to actually. Yes, Stormtrooper is dead.
Well, you got absolutely hoodwinked there. You went for it, and then the keyboard came up and moved it, so you didn't click what you tried.
That's the worst.
What a. scumbag move from the dice app?
Imperial Stormtrooper.
2 successes.
2 successes.
What is cool count as?
It is presence.
Ah. You guys have a good chance of going first.
He has the same as me. On advantage. Yeah, we all 3 go first. It was like a success, and
your
advantage.
guys' initiative slots are first.
I'm in.
So we're in
I'll
full
take
gear.
the
We're
first
back
shot.
in
Yeah,
full
you're back
gear
in
now.
your guys' full gear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back in your guys' like back in your guy out of those suits, back in your clothes that look cool, and, you know, with your low slung blaster pistols and whatever else you scumbags wear. That's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Go
good.
first.
You can shoot him.
I'll take the first shot at him.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
You
What's
can.
what range are we at?
That will be. It'll be 2 difficulty.
Medium.
Okay.
Sure.
And I'll
Sure.
aim, so that adds a blue.
Yep. You get to do that because you're a quick draw.
Oh man, he's dead. 3 success, 2 advantages.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
You there?
Does the
Stop.
Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, he does. He very much does. It's the blast of fire. It's the sparks. It's the stormtrooper scream as he falls over backwards. There's immediately like other stormtrooper yells of like, you know what I mean, like get him.
Let's bounce,
All
boys.
that. Yeah. And,
Rush back to the ship.
and you guys can.
I guess
So you guys will kind of spend your turns running for the ship.
Mm-hmm.
They will spend their turns. There will essentially be a shot coming at each of the 3 of you.
Okay.
I just realized on that last encounter when I took the hit, I could have dodged because I have dodge.
That one of your like talents.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dodge lets you like.
For shame.
The shot at Haas, somehow sticking with his continued unnatural luck under fire, goes wide. I'll do the shot at Boxus next. That one also misses.
That doesn't bode well for me.
And that one will land. It is technically 10 damage because of the blast rifle.
I have 4 soak, so I'll take 6.
You'll take 6.
Oof.
It kind of wings you in your new
New laminate armor.
then it is back to your guys' 3 initiatives at the top of the at the top of the initiative. It will be a maneuver to like open like to drop the. So this ship does not have a ramp. It has an elevator.
Okay.
It actually might, I think, have 2. I should probably pull up this ship's stats. You guys, I am very glad that you guys didn't do the thing that I was worried you would do, which was be like, this is weird. Let's just skate and leave our starting ship here on the platform. Which would have been hilarious. Yeah, there's a boarding elevator sort of roughly in the center, and there's a cargo elevator in the rear. So it doesn't have a ramp like.
We'll just use the boarding elevator.
Dark.
Do you want to drop it since you can't shoot very well? And they're not in gaffy range?
Sure.
Like, if he drops it, are we able to move up at this turn? Or will we have another round under fire?
I would say one person could drop it, and like the last person initiative could use a maneuver to raise it
Okay.
if they wanted. You're all gonna be. It's essentially almost like just big enough for one person. You're all gonna be kind of, or it's not much bigger than one person. You're gonna be kind of jammed onto the elevator, but you could do that.
If we all work together, can we, with our 3 starting initiatives, be inside of the ship at the end of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, one of us drops it, the other one hugs those to the 2 first one, and then all 3 of us go up with the other one opening it back, shutting it back down. We don't need to shoot back at a bunch of stormtroopers, then. Let's just get in this thing.
Okay.
Get out of here.
They come rushing out of the open. They do classic stormtrooper thing and take some shots at the vehicle. the ship just like passive armor and stuff is high enough that it doesn't really need to work on it. And you guys are inside a Hawk 1000 light freighter. There are 2 seats up front. They're kind of offset. There's the one on the left, and that is farther forward is the pilot seat. The one that is on the right and a little bit farther back is the like sort of navigator, co-pilot, and gunner's seat.
Okay.
Okay, I get in the pilot seat and start this up.
Okay.
I'll get in the gunner's seat and assume control of the firepower and see what options we got with
you
it.
have where exactly are those mounted? There are quad laser cannons, sort of a ball turret underneath.
Okay.
There is also a surface defense blaster cannon that like folds down out of the wing and it can make like ground attacks.
Like
12 damage, crit 3, medium range, auto fire, pierce 2, and personal scale, which means it uses the small scale range bands.
Okay.
You can't use it in air combat, but it's for like it's for exactly this type of thing.
It's for me to drop it out of this and start blasting stormtroopers.
Yes.
I would like to drop it out of there and start blasting stormtroopers.
Make me a ranged heavy check.
It's a ranged heavy. You use ranged heavy for it, you say. Oh my, what? What's the range band here? Is it just medium?
Yeah.
Can I aim? I guess it's probably my maneuver to take control.
Yeah.
Hey,
3 success,
do
1
I
threat.
need to do a piloting roll to get this going?
You can give me one just to see how fast you're doing it. Just make an average check. The stormtrooper that gets hit by it, he's absolutely dead. He's not vaporized, but it absolutely it
2 success, 2 advantages. I don't drop it.
Okay, yeah. This baby starts right up. Yeah, it's literally this is literally the blaster cannon from episode 5 on Hoth, when stormtroopers are all setting up the web blaster and the blaster cannon just falls down out of the wing and starts shooting them. That's exactly what this is. You manage to you definitely nail him. At this point it is not hard for you guys to get. These guys don't have heavy enough weapons to really damage the ship. You guys are able to take off successfully, and congratulations on being the proud, more or less, owners now of the Outer Rim Special.
The Outer Rim Special.
I say.
I will print off a.
We go pick up
I'll
your.
print off a character sheet for this ship.
We go pick up your bike, and.
I assume this thing's a light freighter. It's probably got enough cargo capacity to park the bike in.
It will take up most of the cargo capacity, because it is a small ship. But you can fit the bike in the cargo hold. It's pretty obvious to you guys, like, immediately that, like, this thing is fast. Like, you especially being a pilot, like, it does not take you long of, like, playing around with this thing before you realize, like, sort of just how like that this thing is, like, really fast. This thing was probably fast before Orog got it, and he must have modified it as well. It is relatively small, but they look really cool.
What's it called?
It's the HWK 1000. They look almost exactly like the HWK 290, but they're a little bit bigger.
That's pretty neat. How many is that?
Oh.
This is a good picture. Right?
Yeah. And there is, if you just Google the Hawk 1000, there is a, like, floor plan picture as well. That you guys can use. It only has 2 bunks. So, like, you'll have to sleep in shifts essentially. It is.
Is there a holocron player on it?
Nice.
Oh, come on. You think he's that much of a hipster? He's just like, it's like having a record player built into your...
Is there a hurricane here?
No. You can make me a check if you want about how you would access those. Just do that a lore. You have like knowledge lore, right? That's a skill.
Something like
Yeah.
Can I...
Give me a lore roll.
Is there a way for me to access like ship systems to see what all has been changed to this,
Sure.
to
Yeah.
the ship?
And in fact, I will just tell you.
Okay.
Because you can just play around with the system a little bit. So this ship normally, by the rules, has 5 customization hardpoints. And normally doesn't have any. Nice.
I know.
Moss continues to just roll really well when he's not interacting with the exact people who should know.
I have no rank in that either. Just the 2.
So this ship should have 5 customization hardpoints, but by default it doesn't have any weapons. So 1 hardpoint is being taken up by the quad laser cannons on the belly of the ship, which have a fire rate or fire arc of all, which means they can engage anything in front, behind, to the left, to the right, or below you. They cannot hit anything above you because the guns are on the bottom. But for like sort of close air, like close range ground support or like air support, if you guys wanted to shoot at the ground with this thing, or in most fights you just need to like orient it so that the bottom is more or less facing towards the enemy. It has the Surface Defense Blaster Cannon, which is its second upgrade. It has an ion engine upgrade. And knowing odd lore, it probably has smuggling compartments.
Okay.
The ion engine upgrade drops the system strain threshold by a little bit. Because it's like it's more powerful engines than the ship should be using. But it does boost your guys' top speed to 6, which for ships in this system is pretty crazy.
Pretty ludicrously fast.
It doesn't have a ton of defense, a ton of armor, or a ton of hit point threshold.
It's not a dogfighting ship.
No. It would hold its own all right because of the guns that it has, and with like a decent pilot and decent gunner, but it's not built for that. It's built for being fast.
Okay. And we shall call this ship the Millennium Falcon.
I think it's called the Outer Rim Special.
Currently, yes, it is called the Outer Rim Special.
Well, that went according to plan. Good job,
Exactly,
guys.
good job.
So I mean, in character conversation here, Oddlor's like dead or in prison, right? Or like is hiding out.
He's gotta be dead.
The way I see it,
Adler,
we don't owe him anything anymore if he's assumed to be dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a base of operations sheet. You
And-
guys don't need that.
and
'cause you
he's probably going to assume that we're dead, even if he's alive.
Yeah, because we came to
So-
find him there. We're probably dead. And what I'm saying is we can probably just kind of do our own thing, and I can erase this hut debt.
Yep.
Good to me.
Sounds like I don't owe somebody with any actual power anymore any money. How about, I mean, for the time being, we can like try and reach some hands out into the underground and see if we hear anything about like he's hidden out here, and then we can go finish the job or something. But sounds like we're free to me.
Yeah.
I think
Finally, I could pick my career back up.
Yeah. So I think the first thing we should do is probably go sell these fancy jewels and gems.
Right,
and,
yeah.
Split that money up and then use that for
Haas.
something.
In-game character talk. I'm pretty sure word's gotten out about what we did on that liner, so...
There's probably a good chance the
ain't
teams aren't going to want you back. Because allegedly you were involved in the murder of 9 people. Allegedly, and a kidnapping and allegedly a theft.
That's ridiculous. I'm a star. No, I understand.
I'm also pretty sure that if word has gotten out about what happened on this cruise liner, Ogdor's probably heard about it, and he assumes we're already dead, so that gem was lost anyway.
I think that if his entire base operations has been run over by freaking stormtroopers, then he's got bigger fish to fry at this point in survival than a minor debt with us.
Got it. Okay. Thinking out loud here. We go find Dev Mallior again.
Just so we can shoot him in the stomach? What do you want to do with poor Dev? Come on. Hasn't he been through enough?
Dev Mallior has to have some connections we could use.
I mean, honestly, he probably would. He would be a bad resource to reach out to.
I guess it is worth noting. You guys now know. You guys now know Dev Mallior. You guys now know Taz Bando. You guys do know at least a couple of names as far as people who obviously at least sometimes take this sort of work and might be able to point you guys towards others if you're looking at that. As far as your successes for the holocrons, because I forgot to address that,
right?
Because we were talking about the ship at the time. You're pretty sure that, based off of some stories you've heard about these crazy things, somebody would probably have to be able to use the Force, whatever the fuck that is, in order to unlock one of or like open any of these. So back to the joke we made much earlier, where you just hold it and stare at it for a long time, and nothing happens.
Future. Haas is trying to use the Force so that way he could use the mind trick to get people to know who he is. You know who I am.
I am Haas Radborn. You're Haas Radborn.
I'm a fucking Jedi.
You just introduce yourself and people agree with you and you assume you've mind controlled them.
I've learned two things here. I'm a Jedi and you're weak-minded. Okay, fuck you too, buddy.
Oh, jeez. You're an asshole. You're a real asshole, you know that?
You want to give me your drink. You want to buy me a beverage.
This guy's weird. Let me buy you a beer.
Every interaction starts with like the freaking wave, like the
It's not much damage, but that's in starship damage, not in regular damage. So don't get shot by this fucking thing.
Is it like times 10?
Yes.
If it hits.
So ventral mounted quad laser cannon, fire arc all, damage 5, which means if one of you guys get hit by it, it's 50.
Jeez.